And so, Annie, Marie-Louise, Emmanuel, David, Daniel, would you come stand with me now? And if Augustine, Joseph, and Moses are here, I see them hiding in the back. If they can come up too. You guys can just stand right behind me, all together. Awesome. So the one member of this beautiful family that I have not had the privilege to get to know is Constantin. And that's because when this family crossed the border and presented themselves as asylum seekers, having journeyed around the world because America has a reputation of being a place that respects the law, that will protect people from totalitarian regimes that want to intimidate through violence and other sort of sordid means, Constantin was separated from his family and placed in detention. He has been in detention now for 19 months. And although it is painful to see, we all need to look at his situation and this family's situation for a moment and see what is happening to him. Like the man in the gospel story of the Good Samaritan looked and saw the man lying on the side of the road. Constantin has been moved 4 times now. Each time, he is awakened in the dark, shackled, chained around the waist, and put on a bus that travels through the night with other men who are similarly chained and shackled. All of this takes place even though, according to ICE themselves, Constantin is a low-level detainee who has been cooperative and compliant and poses no threat. Nevertheless, he is about to spend his 19th month in jail or prison buildings, eating elementary school-sized portions of chicken nuggets and hot dogs with little or no room to exercise as his blood pressure rises. We are told by everyone who's had a chance to see him that he tries to keep his spirits up, but it's hard. When even simple tools like a journal or a thumb drive with gospel music are taken away because there are different rules in different facilities. And of course, it's hard to keep your spirits up when you are separated from the children and the wife that you came here to protect, and they are beyond his reach. We all know our great country is capable of so much better than this. We all know this is not God's intention for the way that we treat strangers who come into our land. Our scriptures say, "You shall love the strangers, for you yourselves were strangers in Egypt." Our scriptures say, "Do not neglect to show hospitality to strangers, for by doing that, some have entertained angels unaware." Remember those who are in prison as though you yourself were in prison with them. And so I know all of you, or almost all of you, and I know we want to help. We want to extend God's love and mercy to Constantin, but how? What can we do? We may feel powerless in the face of this story, but we are not powerless. We cannot wave a magic wand and help Constantin in that way any more than the Good Samaritan could with that man on the road. But we can use the bodies, voices, gifts, time, and talents God has given us to help Constantin and his family. And so everyone in this room can join me today and in the weeks to come in calling on ICE to parole Constantin. And here's some really good news. I don't know about you, but I can often feel pretty hopeless in the face of our migration crisis because I can't do anything to change gang violence in El Salvador. I can't address corrupt government in Honduras. I can't make Democrats and Republicans in our own country work together to actually achieve comprehensive immigration reform. But isn't it amazing to know, in this case, in this situation, this family's life could be made so much better by the decisions of just two people, two human beings. The assistant director to the Atlantic Field Office, Kristen Sullivan, and a deportation officer that she supervises, Michael Morris. Kristen and Michael, using the authority and discretion granted to them, can choose to parole Constantin. And everyone in this room can stand with me, with Annie and the kids, as we ask Kristen and Michael to bring Constantin home, to be with his family as their case winds its way through court. So will you stand with me as we ask Kristen and Michael to parole Constantin? And if so, if your answer is yes, I invite you to use the body that God gave you in this time and place to come forward and stand behind the Bacala family as we make that request. And then this is where I'm going to ask you guys to speak to. You will in just a minute. And feel free to fill the chancel, fill all the space, go up to the choir loft, stand where the choir stands. Thank you. Marie-Louise or Annie, is there anything that you would like to say to Kristen and Michael, the ICE officers with some authority over Constantin's case, as we all stand with you now?
My name is Marie-Louise Bacala. I'm here with my family. We have been in US since November 2017, and we have been separated with my dad. And also, this makes us feel we are sad because my dad is not here with us. Right now, I have to do everything by myself. I have to help my mom with some translation. I have to help her with documents. And it's like the first time for me to do stuff like that. But I'm getting stronger, but it's not enough because I need my father back to support my family and help my mom with everything that she will need, and help my brothers with some helps too. Right now, I am doing my best to be more independent, but it's not sufficient because I miss my dad. We miss my dad, and I hope that he will be here with us, and we will be a family again, and we will be a team. Thank you.
Thank you.
Merci beaucoup, merci.
Oh, let's get that
J'ai
too.
vu, ça c'est ma famille. J'ai la joie de vous voir. Vous êtes là pour moi et je vous dis merci. Je demande ce pays, merci. Je demande les autorités de ce pays et je demande les autorités de cette église qui m'a accueilli. Je vous dis merci beaucoup, vraiment. Merci, merci beaucoup. Continuez à m'aider. J'ai besoin de mon mari pour aider ses enfants. Ils sont là vraiment pour moi. Je n'arrive pas à aider les enfants moi-même. J'ai vu que j'ai aussi les autres gens qui vont m'aider.
Thank you very much for your help. Thank you very much for your help, and thank you for all the children behind me. I am very happy to see and very grateful for all you have done for me. But I cannot be a mother all by myself. I need my husband to help me.
Ce que je peux vous dire, c'est merci beaucoup. Merci.
All I can say is thank you so much.
Merci
Thank you.
vraiment. Je n'ai pas beaucoup à vous dire. Merci.
I don't have too much more to say, but thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. So as we stand together, I'm going to read a brief statement to Kristen and Michael. And at the very end of it, I invite you to claim your affirmation together by saying amen. Dear Kristen and Michael, there was a terrible political cartoon published this week. It showed President Trump as the wicked witch of the West, and ICE agents riding motorcycles in the sky as his monkeys sent out to do his will. It was the kind of cartoon and image that makes an enemy of a whole group of people. It was the kind of image that is dangerous precisely for that region. It makes people ugly and dehumanizes them, namely, in this case, ICE officers. Today, our church, St. Luke's, remembers the most famous story from the gospel of our patron saint. The story that is at its heart about goodness and mercy coming from the most unexpected places. The story of the good, insert parentheses, shockingly good Samaritan. We at St. Luke's know from our own diverse experiences that your goodness, your humanity, are not defined by the labels and identity markers that society places on you. Those things, your goodness, your humanity, they are defined by your actions every day. And on Good Samaritan Sunday, we ask you to please teach us again the lesson of the Good Samaritan, that we humans do not define where goodness and compassion might be found. Show us that neighborly compassion has the ability to cross the ugly lines and boxes that our world wants to paint around us every day, in political cartoons or otherwise. Instruct us again in the true meaning of righteousness, which is found in action, not in identities. We don't expect you to be able to change or fix the whole system any more than we have the power to change or fix the whole system. But we ask you to use your reasoned compassion in paroling Constantin so that he might be with his 7 children and his wife as he awaits our court's decision. bring this ancient story to life for all of us again. Be the one who showed him mercy. And let all God's people say, amen. Amen.